All right. Hello there, everybody at home. Here's your warm-up. Use the figure below to find the measure of angle S and the measure of angle SET. See what you guys can do with that. We're getting ready to go. So you're going to pause the video, do that real quick, unpause, and here we go. All right, everybody. Can I get you back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me see if I can get a little bit of help out there. Oh, we'll just get everything all shuffled up and put together. Let's see here. Get those. Get all that. I'm just going to go ahead and grab a card from the accent deck. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's in there. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, let's see here, folks. Can I get a little bit of help here? Zoe, which angle feels the most natural to go after first? Angle S or angle SET? SET. Now, that's not the only thing we could do is what we learned yesterday, but that's the one that makes the most sense to me. How would you find the measure of angle SET here? Yeah, 180 minus 168.7. And I need my calculator today, guys, so you better bring it. And this time, you need to sing it with it real in your hearts, okay? TI SmartView TM emulator software for the TI-30X/TI-34 multi-view. TM calculators, Texas Instruments, validating software license. Dot, 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 dot. Yay! It worked, everybody. We did it. I know, seriously. The calculator can tell. 180 minus 100, was it 160? 168.7. And that means that that's got to be 11.3 degrees right here. So we would say the measure of angle SET is equal to 11.3 degrees. How many of us were able to get that without too much trouble? Awesome. Now that we have that, how would you best find the measure of angle S? Let's see if I can get a little help. Let's see. That's Ethan. How would we find the measure of angle S? Whoop. What am I taking away from 180? Okay, well, I'm glad we're talking. What is the answer? 77.5 degrees. How many of us got 77.5 degrees? But how did that wind up on your paper there, Ethan? What did you do? So I'm glad we're talking. So there's a couple of ways you could do this. I think that the clearest way is that if I take this pink angle and this orange angle and this blue angle, Ethan, what am I guaranteed to get if I add all those measures together? 180, because those are the interior angles of a triangle. And so what most people will wind up doing is they'll add up 91.2 and 11.3 is 91.2 plus 11.3. That means that they take up 102.5 degrees of all the angles. Exactly. You do 180 minus the 102.5, and you get your 77.5 degrees. How many of us did it that way as well? Did anybody just be like, you know what? As long as that crazy fact is there, I'm going to start by finding angle S. Did anybody start with finding angle S just because they could? Yeah, and Shreyan, tell me how you did that. Now let me color code that. Yeah, the green angle here is equal to the measures of the blue angle and the pink angle put together. Yeah. Yeah, and right, and I love the way you put that, Gracie. Is like, I mean, a lot of people are like, "That's really cool." P.S. I'm not going to do that, right? Like, how many of us have that exact same feeling? Like, that's really neat. I'm not doing that. Yeah, because it does. Because I totally get why. Because it's way more easy to conceptualize that these two added together make 180, and then that these three added together make 180. But sometimes we're forced to deal with the fact that the blue angle and the pink angle combine to make the green angle like we're going to be today. It is the 109th day of school. Did you guys know on an infinite chessboard there are exactly 109 different squares a knight could land on in 3 moves or less? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, yeah. It is. And the only reason I used one angle to talk about it, one letter to talk about it, is because when I talk about angle S, there's only two angles I could be mentioning. The red one, which is the acute angle right there, or this brown one, the reflex angle. And since reflex angles are pretty uncommon, especially right now, if I say angle S, assume I'm talking about the not reflex angle. The reason I had to use three letters to talk about TEW and TES is because if I talk about angle E, to me, there's not a more or less obvious angle that I could be mentioning here. Great question. It's Get Out Your Guitar Day. Yeah, I forgot my guitar at home, so I can't get it out. How many of us can play guitar? Oh, that's quite a few. Look at that. Look at that. You guys taking the class, maybe? Maybe no, a couple of us. I think I remember one of my favorites was there was a student who came in once and he had his guitar, and I was like, "That's awesome. Are you taking guitar from Miss Hanson?" And he goes, "Yeah, but I don't like playing guitar." And I was like, "Oh, well then why are you doing it?" And he says, "Because I want to have long hair, and my dad said that he won't let me have long hair unless I can play the guitar." And I was like, "You know what? I get it. It makes sense to me." All right, let's see here. Sasha, what's our first essential question today? Yeah, let's write that down. What do we do when variable expressions show up in and around triangles? Okay, that's right. But we have to use a little bit of finesse sometimes. Jeopardy V Day on November 11th. That is indeed Veterans Day. Veterans Day is on November 11th. And then Pictionary Valentine's Day, we're looking for candy. Candy, yay. Those are those candies that always look tasty but are actually nasty. You know what I mean? They have that kind of dull color to them. All right, let's see here, guys. Let's get to it. Underneath all this, got a pencil? Variable expressions in and around triangles. We're going to start off pretty benign. Pretty benign, guys. Nothing weird going on. We're going to draw a triangle here. This is one of those ones that is perfect. A perfect example of those ones that make Gracie say, "What the heck?" Like, why? If you guys remember those ones. Let's see here. Let's do. You know what? We're going to do VFW because for the Veterans Day thing going on. There you go. VFW. So we're going to say the measure of angle V is 62 degrees. Angle F is a right angle, and angle W has a measure of 5x plus 8 degrees. When I say teach, I want you to say, okay, how could we find the measure of angle W and also the value of x? See what you guys can come up with and teach. Yeah. I did not know that. That's awesome, though. I didn't see that one on my list. I love that. That's a fun. I've never actually played it. It looks fun though. All right, can I get you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Lincoln, what made more sense to find first, the measure of angle W or the value of X? I agree. And how did you do that? Uh-huh. And that's 18, I think? 28, excuse me. So 28 degrees. Perfect. How many of us are able to get 28 degrees for the measure of angle W? Love to see it. Sadie, how did you use that to find out what X was? Awesome. How many of us got X equals 4 for that? Hooray! Yeah, but that was one of those Gracie brand, what the heck, why are there variables there kind of things. It's like you just stuck them in there just to make it a more annoying problem. You know what I mean? But let's go ahead and take a look at when we really have to care about the variables. So we're going to draw this obtuse isosceles triangle. Yes, as best I can. Let's see here. How about, yeah, Gesundheit. Yes, we're going to call this triangle, I don't know, TEA. Or 8. Or AET. Or ETA. Okay, let's see here, guys. So we're going to say that the measure of angle A is equal to 61 plus 30 degrees. 61 plus 30 degrees. And the measure of angle T is equal to 10 minus 3 degrees. I'll label them in here because sometimes when I get this information like this, I find it's really helpful to actually write them inside. Do you guys feel that way sometimes? Makes it look a little nicer, but I want to make sure that we know how to do that because it's not always done for you. And that's 61 plus 30 degrees. All right. Well, what the heck are we going to do about this guy? Teach! What do you think? So what do you think was true about these three angles, Elizabeth? If you add them together, right, exactly. Okay. How's that coming, guys? Thumbs up, index finger, wavy hand. Whoa, a lot of wave. Oh, excuse me. A minute 10. Let's do a minute 10 and see what happens. If an outside observer would assume that you guys were like wiggling your fingers to like make me stop teaching for a second. You're like, whoa, stop. You're like, oh, okay. stopping. Have mercy. Oh no, you don't know where we're headed, do you? Okay. All right. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? You guys are doing awesome out there. I think you guys way deserve a point for this. Thank you very much. You guys are working well together, just doing everything the way I expect you to. This is lovely. Steven, what are we going to do about this situation? What do you think? Yeah. Awesome. I love that. How many of us actually wrote that little equation in there or that little expression in there for that? Perfect. Love it. Keep going, Steve. What are we going to do now? Oh, hold on. Where's 180 coming from? What are you doing here? Ah, okay. I got you. So I'm going to write that down. 10f minus 3. You know, I actually saw Sadie doing something really cool where she did this. 2 open parentheses, 10f minus 3, because there's 2 of them. Plus 61 plus 30f equals 180. And then that's going to be 20f minus 6 plus 61 plus 30f equals 180. Now I'm here with you, Stephen. And I would combine like terms personally, but you're like, I'm just going to start carving right now, right? So you said you wanted to add 6 to get rid of this. And we're very careful to add that 6 over here to this 180 and not to the 61. That gives me 20f plus 61. And I think you actually rearranged it so that all the f's were over here too. Is that what you said? Yeah, perfect. Now what? That's or 186. Yeah. Which means 30f plus 20f equals. Thank you. All right. Now what? Keep going, Stephen. Because 30f plus 20f is 50f. That equals 125. Divide both sides by 50. And what do you get for f? 2.5. How many of us got 2.5 for that? Love that. Very good. Whew. Thank you, Stephen. Let's see here. Carol, now that I know that f is 2.5, what am I going to actually do to find the measure of these other angles? Sorry, guys, I can't hear Carol. Yeah, which one? I like that too, because then you get 2 angles, right? So if you do 10 times 2.5 minus 3, that's 22, isn't it? Which means that's also 22 degrees. Carol, did you do 61 plus 30 times 2.5? So the 2 angles together are 44. Take those away. That's 136, I think. Yes? Divide that by 2 and you get... What do you get, Carol? Oh, sorry. Why am I dividing it by 2? I'm sorry. Yeah, no, sorry. Sorry, I was thinking the other angle. My fault. That's 136 degrees, and we're all that. Carol's like, what are you doing? No. Yeah, there we go. How many of us were able to get that and aren't too alarmed by that? Okay. Here's the thing, guys. Do you want to go over 2 more and then have a little less time to work on our self-assessment? Or are you ready to go all the way for the absolute worst problem I could possibly give you here, and then you'll have a little more time to work on your self-assessment? Let's see here, guys. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to do that thing that either you do or maybe you see your parents. No, but I don't know. Maybe you don't do it before you know how to drive. But how many of us, when our parents are driving, sometimes see our other parent push the brakes, like the imaginary brakes on the passenger side, because they don't like the way that our other parent is driving? How many of us have noticed that? Yeah, absolutely. So if you want me to do two more and give you one more problem before we crank it all the way up, then I want you to like push the brakes with your foot, But if you're ready to go all the way, I want you to shift it into high gear. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Okay, all right, we're shifting it into high gear. The people have spoken. Okay, here we go. Got a pencil? Whoo, boy. All right, here we go. This is the worst thing I could do to you on a skill check. I mean, I'm not finished. Okay. Yeah, I was because I can't fit break. All right, so the measure of angle R is 10 minus 2h degrees. The measure of angle BAK is 12 minus 4h degrees. And the measure of angle B is, hang on, negative 4h minus 52 degrees. Okay. That's all I'm telling you. I want the value of h and I want the measure of all the remaining angles. See what you guys can do and teach. Hints, 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 hints. I'm going to give you guys another minute 45. Oh, which one is equal to the green? Well, two angles can come together to make the green one. Do you remember which ones? That's right. It's the two non-adjacent angles to an exterior angle add up to the exterior angle. That's why we have to remember that. Hi. I told you it was going to get bad. That sounds reasonable. The fact that it all came out nice makes me think so. And also, Carol, is that a negative? She got a negative 21 though. I wonder how that happened. I wonder why she got something different. For H, yeah. So she got a negative 27. Let's look. You mind? You mind? Let's look at these next door and see if we can figure out. Okay. Oh, hold on a second. Take a look. Carol, do we know that these three angles add up to 180 degrees?
Oops, I thought it was that one.
Yeah, so I think that is correct. This one right here. Mm-hmm. Take another minute. Let me see. So we have these two add up to this one. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. Oh, wait a minute. How'd that turn into a plus 4H down here? Look at that. Wasn't that a look? It's a minus here, and then it turned into a plus over there. Just wrote it down wrong. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. That's all right. That's one of the, there's so much happening on this. So Holland, I like that the top of your pencil looks like a medieval. Oh no, it's like it's a Jolly Rancher wrapper. I thought it was like a medieval weapon, like a mace. Like yeah, Okay, come on up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shh. Did get this. It's Mickey Mouse. It's Mickey Mouse. It's Mickey. I'm sorry. You should have. Oh, I don't think. Oh yeah, when we did the face painting, Cora, the 8th grader, drew sad eyebrows on me, and I got Mickey Mouse later that day. So I had all this up with sad eyebrows on, and like the class was just like dejected. They were just so unhappy. But let's see what we can do here. Oh well, all right here. Let's see what we can do. Arden, what's gonna be your first step here? So 10 minus 2h, oops, that's 22, plus a negative 4h minus 52. And what does that equal to? Yeah, that's where that comes into play, guys, is that the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two non-adjacent interior angles. Oh, yeah. Well, I was more of a goofy, sorry. Yippee skippy. I'm going to simplify that a little bit. So it says 10 minus 2h minus 4h minus 52 is equal to 12 minus 4h. Beautiful. Keep it going, Arden. So we're going to get rid of them. I actually really like that move. I saw that on your paper. Because if you do that, guys, before you actually combine anything, the 4H's go away. I can't remember what the 4H's stand for. It's horticulture, is it animal husbandry? I forget. You know what I mean at the state fair? Anyway, keep going, Arden. Okie dokie. Look at that. And what does that give me? Negative 2h is equal to 54. Last step. Whew. How many of us got h equals negative 27, or see how Arden got that? Yeah, now that that's done, what on earth are we going to do about it? Let's see if I can get a little help. Jaden, what are we going to do now that we know that h is negative 27? Sure, which one do you want to do? The blue one, the orange one, or the green one? Sure, doesn't matter. So that's going to be 10 minus 2 times negative 27. Go Toodles! 10 minus 2 times negative 27. 64 degrees. Hooray! Which one would you find next? What would we do from there? Georgie, what are we going to do? Sure, get the angle B. So we can go negative 4 times negative 27 minus 52. Whoops. Haha. Sorry. 56 degrees. Now, normally, guys, I feel like some of us might feel a little stuck and have to put in h over here. Now you could 12 minus 4 times negative 27, but can someone think of an easier way to come up with the measure of angle BAK? Bradley? Yep. The orange one and the blue one add up to the green one, and when you add those together, that's 120, I think? 120 degrees, except that's BAK, not BAR, sorry. There we go. And then this one right here is just going to be 180 minus 120, so it's a total of 60 degrees. Whew! Guys, if that is the worst case scenario on your skill check on Thursday, which it is, how many of us, by raise a hand, feel like that's not going to be that bad? I'll tell you right now, most people think that problem is harder than our level 4. But we'll talk more about the level 4 on Wednesday. Okay, when I say teach, I want you to say okay. I want you to go ahead and open up your Chromebooks and work on 12.6. That's triangle angle sum theorem with variables. Give it a shot, and here we go. Teach. Okay. Hi, Lucy. You guys got the Mickey Mouse accent last year, right? Well, just so you know, this is totally normal. Goodbye. All right. There you go, Xander. All right. Go ahead, guys. Let's get to work. Those of you at home as well. And we will see you another time.